We're staying in our ground floor plan rev5.dwg file. And this time we're going to take a look at how we can create new layers in our AutoCAD drawings and also work with those layers using the Layer Properties Manager and also the Layer dropdown. Now, I've zoomed to the extent of the visible drawn objects. That's purely for clarity. It's a good habit to get into when you're not working on your drawing. Just zoom extent so you can see everything that's going on. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to create a new layer. Now, we're going to go to the Home tab on the ribbon, into Layer Properties here on the Layers panel, and that opens up our Layer Properties Manager. Now, this is our all-encompassing layer properties sort of font of all knowledge, if you see what I mean. And as you can see, you've got all your layer names, whether they're on or off, frozen or thawed, locked, plot, color, line type, etc. And you can go and select any layer and you can look at all the properties of that layer. So I can slide down here using the slider bar, and I might select, say, the grid layer. There you go, using color 191, grid line 12, line type, etc., etc. Now, that's all well and good with existing layers, but what happens if I need to create a new layer? Well, this is where these little icons here kick in. They're very useful. This one here with the little star on it is new layer. So you can see there I've got layer 2. Now, the reason it's named it layer 2 is there's already a layer 1 there, which I don't actually need. I'll get rid of that in a moment. But layer 2 here, I'm just going to type in here. I'm going to call it landscaping. Like so. There you go, landscaping. I'm going to change the color of the layer by clicking on the color box. And we'll go for that green there, color 102. So it's a nice green color. And we'll click there again. We want it to be a line type continuous, and we'll OK that. So landscaping is color 102 and it's using a continuous line type. Now that's great. I want it to be the current drafting layer as well. So with it still selected, I can go up to the little green tick box there. Can you see it? Set current. Current layer is now landscaping. So anything I draw now will be on that layer. So if I now close the Layer Properties Manager, that layer is ready to be used. And as you can see, it's the current drafting layer in the Layers panel. Now, these lines here, if I hover over them, are on a site layer. They should really be on the landscaping layer. So I select the 3 lines, like so. There we go, like that. And I go to the layer drop down here, like so. And I put them on the landscaping layer by selecting landscaping. If I hover over them now, I'll hit escape first just to deselect. There you go, they're on the landscaping layer. Now, it may be that that landscaping layer has the wrong green. So I go to the layer drop down, like so, and I can click on the little box there. Notice I've got some of the layer tools. I've got on or off, freeze or thaw, lock or unlock. I've also got color. Click on the color box, and I might want it to be that green there, color 112 instead. Click on OK. That'll update everything on that particular layer. So now it's on color 112 instead of color 102. Now, I mentioned previously that there was a layer that I didn't want in my layer list. If I click on the flyout here, can you see I've got layer 1? Now, on the layer drop down, I can't get rid of that layer. But if I go back to the layer properties here and open up the Layer Properties Manager and select layer 1, notice there's a little red cross there. Can you see that one? Delete layer, and that will delete that layer 1 that I didn't need. So I can close the Layer Properties Manager, and all my layers are now sorted and ready to go in my AutoCAD drawing.